What's up, NIO family? This is Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to break down what's happening with NIO stock as the share price is still showing some weakness. We had a very flat day for the most part, besides getting a small push at the end of the day. But despite this, there's going to be some interesting volatility coming tomorrow because we do have President Trump's tariff deadline. We're going to see how this ends up affecting the stock market. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link that's down below. If you sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're going to get $20 worth of Nvda stock. Deposit $2,000 to get $50 worth of the stock. Deposit $10,000 to get $300 worth. And deposit $50,000 to get $1,000 of free Nvidia stock. The offer ends in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening with NIO. So NIO is clearly making lower highs right here, continuing to fall. We want to see it get back above 4.8 to bounce higher. And if we can't, we're looking at resistance at 4.66. If we can't break that, the odds are going to be favoring a retest of 4.46 and potentially even coming down lower if we continue to reject. Now, tomorrow is going to be a very important day. Right now, NIO is talking about the ET5, which is getting lots of attention. And Goldman Sachs is giving NIO a neutral rating as the price-price ratio is still flat. Despite this, NIO is still seeing some weakness after deliveries came out in July. For the month of July, the deliveries have been kind of flat. They are once again showing a slight decrease compared to what we saw in June, but it's not that bad because year over year they're still up quite a bit. Once again, they're up 2.5% compared to last year, but we have to see what happens as time goes on. Now, President Trump is going to once again make the announcement with Tim Cook about how Apple is going to be investing another $100 billion into the US. This was a big piece of news because Apple is once again trying to solidify their position in the US and continue to invest more because they want to once again invest hundreds of billions into now manufacturing more in the US with all the high tariffs that are coming out. Their supplier Applied Materials also says that they want to invest $200 million in the Arizona factory, and we have hundreds of billions of dollars in commitments and investments over the next couple of years. So President Trump and Tim Cook are once again making these important announcements. This is going to be very, very huge. This is part of why the market was pushing, in my personal opinion, as Apple made a big move up. On top of this, there's been some more news about how tomorrow is going to be Thursday. Um, we have initial jobless claims coming out, but keep in mind that despite this quiet data, we're not really seeing way too much data coming out because the main thing is going to be President Trump's tariffs. Tomorrow is going to be the August 7th deadline, and we're going to see tariffs on dozens and dozens of countries being implemented. So we'll see how this ends up affecting the markets. President Trump has threatened higher tariffs on India. He wants to put an additional 25% tariff on Indian goods, bringing the total tariff at 50%. That's some big news because he's trying to incentivize them to buy more American energy and de-incentivize them from trading with Russia. He also mentioned that once again, he's going to be increasing a lot of tariffs. There are going to be hundreds of billions of dollars of investments coming, but simultaneously, he wants to increase more tariffs on semiconductors and for some pharmaceuticals and other countries as well that are once again attributed with Russia. So that's what President Trump has been saying. And tomorrow is going to be the great deadline, so keep that in mind. If NIO is bullish, you want to break 4.8 tomorrow. For bearish, you want to see us fill at 4.46. Let's see if we break 4.66 to push higher or not. For now, there is still some upside potential. As far as SPY is going, however, we're still holding up very well, and this is still looking a bit more bullish. If we lose 630, we're turning back down, but as long as we're above 630, we're favoring 635. The QQQ is looking more bullish. We need to lose essentially 563 to dump. For now, we could be looking to push higher as we have a cup and handle. This could be looking for an attempt for the 570 area. The IWM is kind of flat here. We kind of have a head and shoulders like pattern. Unless we get back above 220, we're now favoring a downside a little bit more for 218, and we'll see if we bounce. ES is looking bullish unless we lose 63.50 to dump. Now we look like we're going to see a temporary push to 6400. For NQ, we're looking a little bit more bullish to 23,500 as our targets. The market may temporarily push higher. We're going to see if we get some kind of rug pull or not. We have this big gap to fill on SPY, so we'll just have to see how things go. So keep that in mind. Bitcoin has a nice double bottom and inverse head and shoulders like pattern. If we lose 114,000, we could be dumping a lot more, but as long as we hold this, we could try to bounce and push for 116,000 plus. Tesla is also trading sideways, going back and forth between supply and demand. As long as we're above 314, we're going to be favoring a push back up towards this 325 area, so keep that in mind. Nvidia is also favoring 180 as our potential target, and we're going to have to see how this goes. I see some upside potential in this. Apple's looking quite bullish with the big investments to be made. This could be pushing for the 220s quite easily now as we're seeing a breakout, and this is leading the market higher in my opinion. On top of this, AMD is still kind of weak, looking for 160s at targets. Coinbase, as long as we're above 300, we're going to be favoring basically 315. For Amazon, break 222, then we're looking for 227. Meta is kind of flat here, is making lower highs and might be retesting 760, and we'll see if we bounce. Google might be coming down to 194, and we'll see if we bounce as well. And Microsoft could be testing 522 before it turns back down. The VIX is continuing to fall. I do see a falling wedge, so it may continue to downtrend as the market pushes. Then we'll see if we get another breakout from here. So obviously, guys, I have to shift my thesis, and instead of getting some kind of rug pull, the market still favors upside. So we might continue to uptrend for now until we get another rug pull in the future, maybe as we get closer to these highs. So for now, the charts favor upside, even though tomorrow might be wild since we have President Trump's tariff deadline. Anything could happen, so be careful to see if support holds, but we do favor upside nonetheless. NIO is also favoring that it might be testing 4.66 if that breaks. We could see a temporary bounce, and so far we're holding 4.5. As of right now, let's see if we break that to push for 4.8 and give this the time it needs. Thank you for listening, guys. Look for a small bounce in NIO and get ready for some madness tomorrow. Have a good one, and peace out.